Number 3, Brandon Ingram.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sideline. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks.
You know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Riza-Shea. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point. And for the Raptors, their front court is Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the center. And we talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right, in the modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with, but we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Alexander Walker. Fires from deep. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, you want Kristaps Porzingis to insert himself off the rebounding aspect. Go to the offensive board and cash in.
Now here's Ingram. It's a three-point game. Pass to quickly. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doris, you mentioned that you value the way Porzingis is able to neutralize shot blocking.
There is value to a big who can step away into the three-point line and stretch your defense to a place you are uncomfortable with. And then on the other end of the floor, this guy provides elite rim protection and rebounding. You have to respect the two-way ability of Kristaps Porzingis.
And here are the Raptors now, following the three by Atlanta. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett is always working on his perimeter game, and he makes easy work at the mid-range.
Johnson sets the screen for Riza-Shea. Johnson finds Riza-Shea. Johnson with a screen on quickly. Alexander Walker. Again, the Hawks score.
Exactly the kind of start you're looking for. They are 4 for 5 out of the gates.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thank you. So it's the Hawks now, after the miss from Jakob Poeltl. And that one's good, Riza-Shea.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Quickly the bounce pass. Barnes kicks to Barrett. Barnes the screen. Barrett with another miss. And here's Atlanta. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now, here's quickly. Still without a basket. Outside Barrett. There's the drive, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Wow, shake the building with that finish, Scotty Barnes. My goodness.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now here's Ingram. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. to the paint. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
I'm not sure which was better, Pirtle's screen or his finish, but either way, nice execution in the roll.
Alexander Walker passes to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Johnson. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Now, here's Barrett. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
This is a relentless scorer who is unafraid to work on the inside. In the paint, RJ making his presence felt.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's got 5. Porzingis can't connect from 13 feet out. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Wallace. Okongwu is out there with Newell. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Krejci in at the small forward. Now, here's Kennard. Here's Newell. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, with a window of opportunity opening in the East, the Raptors are trying to make inroads. After acquiring Brandon Ingram last season, he's finally out of the bubble wrap and providing that offensive punch that this team has needed. The goal is clear. Ingram said it himself. They're looking to get back into the playoffs in Toronto.
Love that confidence. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. First free throw is good. Doris, you were a great ball handler in your day. So with that in mind, do you think players are carrying the ball too much now?
Kev, this is such a hot topic. Carrying the basketball is when the ball ends up directly on the palm. The closest we get to that is what we call the hang dribble from players. They're trying to extend the possession so that they can read the defense. To me, that's the only point of concern.
Now here's Wallace. Pass to Newell. Now here's Kennard. Now Okongwu. Here's Krejci. Mobo with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Shed. Here's Mobo. Shoots the three. Krejci with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 4. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Now Kennard gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, this is how Luke Kennard made his way to the NBA. The knockdown 3. Good night.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Hawks second.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Quickly with a wide open look. And the three off target. The Hawks leading by 7. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Porzingis. Count the basket. Porzingis has got 10 points.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Kevin?
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Now here's Barnes. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Looking to end the run. Second chance effort. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Poeltl.
One thing you know about Jakob Poeltl, this guy never stops working. What a motor.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Connected to the game. Of course, that's one way to describe Jakob Poeltl.
Well, Poeltl is an exceptional screener. He loves to hit the glass. He's a very physical player. He's everything you want in a big.
Let's see what you got.
Checked in for the Raptors. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Johnson's checked in. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to Rizachet. And here's Porzingis. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Raptors moving the ball around. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
Johnson sets the screen for Rizachet. Knocks down the three ball. Rizachet's got 8.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Ingram. Scoreless thus far. And it's Daniels with the rebound. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Hawks. Here's Rizachet. Misses the hole and is now 3 for 4.
Boy, he had a clear look at it. Ooh, you hate to miss chippies like that.
It's Barrett on the wing, guarded by Rizachet. 6 to shoot. And here's Barrett. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We come back right after this.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Toronto Raptors. Kenny, how are they doing?
Well, for one, they're getting easy points.
Yeah, it's like me posting up Kenny.
You're not scoring on me, Shaq. Not today, Shaq. Maybe back in the day. I'll just send you the line anyway.
Bet it, Kenny. You got no chance.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Toronto Raptors.
They've done some good things. I mean, they've also let those other guys get comfortable at the offensive end.
Yeah, Lazy D, they'll need to play with much higher energy in the second half.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
His power is unbelievable, an intimidating force when he's at his best.
Raptors trail by 10, even after pivoting towards their youth. GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. Ingram is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Barrett at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And Ingram with the basket on the assist by Barnes. Ingram's got his first points of the game.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
Ingram against Daniel. Right side Porzingis. Pocket 6. Shoots over Ingram. Porzingis can't hit.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Now, here's Quickly. Still yet to score. Nobody near Barnes. No good from outside. Atlanta leading by 10. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
The defense made the mistake of allowing Kristaps Porzingis to find his rhythm. Going to be a long night if you don't cool him off.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Party time is on. Get loud for your Raptors. What are that?
Chance to check out the numbers for Daniels. Good season for him last year. Last season, put up about 14 points a game. just over 3 steals and 6 rebounds. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to quickly. Back to Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Ingram against Daniel. Shot on the wing. And it's Ingram missing.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Doris, what you love about Brandon Ingram, he's the total package.
He is, Kevin, because he's got incredible size, great shot-making ability. He's a 3-level scorer, and you can mix his matchup on the defensive end.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Barrett covering. Good on the bucket. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 14 now for Atlanta.
Well, Porzingis does a nice job looking for the window to make his teammate better. Pretty pass.
Outside, Barrett connects from 3-point range. Barrett's got 10 points in the game.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Johnson with a screen on Barrett. Johnson outside. Here's the 3. Nailed from 3-point land. And the Hawks lead by 14.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here's Barrett. 10 points for him.
Well, critical in the pick and roll that you be able to deliver the ball in a timely spot and in the right position. And R.J. Barrett does just that.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Checked in for Ingram. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Alexander Walker finds Rizachet. Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. Inside. The jump hook. And Okongwu finishes it off. Okongwu's now got his first 2 points of the night.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
5 to shoot. And here's quickly for 3.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Daniel. Here's Rizachet. And it's off from 3-point range. Okongwu against quickly. Barrett kicks to Barnes. They grab their own miss. Dick, good, nice job down low.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Now, Rizachet, 10 points for him. Jacks up a 3. And Okongwu slams it in.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And so it's Atlanta with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Wallace is out there with Kennard. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Newell, and it's Krejci in at the 3 spot.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Kennard for 3. The rebound by Shed.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Dick. From the wing, he squares up and sinks it.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Here's Krejci. Dick defending. Porzingis can't hit.
Bad defense, bad shot. Neither working on that play.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. For 3, Ingram. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And another miss. Whew. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Takes the 3. Wallace, good. And the Hawks lead by 17.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now.
Be louder than every person in your section. Get a shirt. It's that simple. Let's hear it, man.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Barnes passes to Quickly. Now here's Barrett, guarded by Rizachet. Not gonna go. The Hawks leading by 17. Johnson outside. Here's Alexander Walker. Daniels sets a screen for Rizachet. Not that time. It won't go.
This guy hit a couple of threes in the first half, but since then, it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Here's Barnes, beyond the arc, and there's the three.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Now Porzingis. Four on the shot clock. He's off from 3. Raptors trail by 14. Now Ingram. Nice move. Oh, what a play inside.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Johnson outside. Buries the deep ball.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Atlanta.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. Here's Rizachet. Barrett covering. Porzingis with a screen on Barrett. Barnes rips down the rebound. And here are the Raptors now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Oh, good! The crossover and the basket. Alexander Walker with the ball. Daniels, pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Birtle sets the pick for Barrett. Shoots the 3. Porzingis pulls it down. So Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And now, our player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.